fellas. I'm going to talk a little bit about what it takes to get big naturally. Gain a lot of muscle mass while training just naturally without drugs. One people ask me at the gym frequently, well, not frequently, but on occasion, about how you get thick. Great, how you get thickness. And a lot of times these guys, when I talk to them, they are guys that obviously are ripped, six-pack. You see them lifting their shirts, wiping their brows, whatever it is, or you see them on Facebook, whatever it is. And they have a six-pack, ripped to shreds for the chicks, whatever it is. But what these guys don't understand is there's a couple things, you have to do if you're going to train natural to gain a high-quality mass, a lot of mass, I should say. Because some will obviously be fat. If you're training all out and you're not making gains naturally, if you're at a relatively young age, one of the main problems most guys have is they don't eat enough. It's not rocket science, everybody's heard this, but some people just don't understand it. They don't get it through their heads. You have to eat. If you're going to train natural in particular, be natural, you have to eat every 2 hours, minimum, every 2 hours, and keep your body fed. You can't go into hunger mode for very long, or it's detrimental to your ultimate goal. Now, that being said, guys want to gain mass and they want to gain lean mass, which is possible, but it's a very slow process. When I started out, for the first decade or so, 5-10 years, whatever, I wanted to have a six-pack, and I wanted to be big, and that was very, very hard. I hit a point where I gained about 30-35 pounds. Probably closer to 25-30 pounds, and I just peaked. I couldn't gain anything. The main issue I had was I didn't want to eat anything. I still wanted I wanted that six-pack look. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and some of you know this already. It won't be anything new, but to push past that, you have to eat. You have to eat when you're not even really that hungry. The body just reaches a state, where it just wants to stay. If you're not taking in enough calories, it's not going to grow. Obviously, it's detrimental. So you're not going to be able to keep that six-pack all the time. If you want to get the most muscle mass on your body, you're going to have a layer of fat. The difference between when I really figured all this out and I started gaining after the initial burst that I had from training was, when I just stalled. Like I said, I stalled, and I never ate anything. I would not eat because I didn't want to lose, the abs and everything like that. But that was a mistake as far as gaining mass. Now, if you want to look, and I wanted to stay toned year-round, at that point, but I was willing to sacrifice that look to gain more muscle mass, because you can always diet down. It's very difficult, but you can diet down and still maintain some of that extra mass you gained at the time you started to kind of eat more. So you got to eat. I always tell these guys, you got to eat, and you got to be willing to get some fat over that six-pack for a while to gain quality mass. Some guys do it, some guys don't. I've gotten to the point where I don't mind not having a six-pack generally, to gain some muscle, and because you can trim down a little bit, and you're still going to keep some of that muscle. Not all of it, obviously, because you lose muscle when you diet too. But yeah, so you got to eat, guys. Number one thing, aside from the training hard, training with compound movements, that work a lot of muscles at one time. Aside from that, you got to eat. I'm talking about this taking the training for granted. I'm assuming you're training hard. You have to eat. Otherwise, you're going to plateau. You're going to stay at one. And you can do all this, increase your calories by 300 calories a day or whatever. But in my experience, that doesn't really, if you want to gain, it takes a long, long time to do it that way. So, most guys want to see results. Best way to get them is to up your calories by a decent amount. I'm not talking 200-300 calories, every day. I'm talking 500 to 1,000. So, eat more, number one. Number two is sleep. I think one of the biggest problems in society right now is sleep deprivation. I think it's an epidemic. I think people are so busy, or there's so much on TV these days. You got YouTube, people stay up playing video games. You got to get some sleep. Sleep deprivation is a major issue with society right now. I think it impairs a lot of people for a lot of their life. I know when I don't get 7-8 hours of sleep, I'm a piece of trash. I don't want to do anything. I just want to get through work, go home, and take a nap. And then, of course, the rest of your day is almost shot after that point. So, sleep. I don't know how you make time for sleep these days. I really don't. People have so much going on. If you have kids in particular, I just had a baby. It's affected my training. It's affected my sleep. I've lost some size because I can't get any sleep, and I can't get to the gym as much as I would like. But I know I'll get all that back, and I know I'll get it back fast because I know how to do it. But you gotta get rest. You gotta make time for rest. Eating, sleeping, resting. Two main components aside from, of course, training in the gym. Another thing, if you want to gain quality mass, you got to do some heavy movements like the squats, like the deadlifts. Deadlifts put a lot of weight on me when I first started. Bench presses, etc., and then you can refine from there. But yeah, I went from about, I don't know, I suppose I was 165, 170, got up to 205. Took a long time. Took about 5, 6, 7, 8 years to get that heavy naturally, and then I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get past 200, 205 for a number of years, because I still wanted to stay lean. And then, of course, I said to hell with it, just started eating, and went from there and gained much more weight. I've been as heavy as 250, 255. So once I started eating, yeah, naturally I had a belly. And when I'm going all out trying to gain mass, I definitely have a belly. So, but you gotta be willing to sacrifice that. Now, with my baby and everything, I'm gonna diet down a little bit. I'm starting to lose that belly. I think I'm at low 240s right now. So it's starting to work. Probably gonna get down to about 235. Get the abs are coming in, so won't be long now. Damn cat. Hey, what you doing? My cat's out here giving me shit. It's a nice day. Got the fallish feel. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this weather. What are you doing? Come here. This is my cat. One of my cats. Got 2 cats and a dog. Cat's bigger than my dog though. This is Creeper. Yeah, girlfriend named him. So very friendly cat. Not like most cats. Kind of like a dog. Both my cats are kind of like dogs. Anyway, all right, guys. Have a good day.